What's up, everybody? I'm Damon Hatfield filling in for Akeem, and on today's Fix of Entertainment News, Spider-Man clobbers the Flash at the box office, the director of Logan isn't wild about Wolverine returning for Deadpool 3, and some insights on how Netflix's series The Witcher is handling the recasting of its main monster hunter. Let's get into it. In a surprise turn of events, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse swung back into the top spot at the box office this weekend. The Flash, meanwhile, had one of the biggest second weekend drop-offs in ticket sales ever. Despite this being its fourth weekend in theaters, Across the Spider-Verse is still clearly going strong, and this weekend's ticket sales put its global box office haul at $560 million worldwide. Pixar's Elemental took second place, which didn't have the strongest opening, but also only a 38% drop in ticket sales. The Flash, on the other hand, had a lackluster $55 million opening last weekend against its $200 million production budget. This weekend, it only pulled in $15.26 million in North America. That puts it around a 72% drop in ticket sales. For comparison, that's just slightly better than last year's Morbius. By our count, the only DC movie that had a worse drop was 1997's Shaq vehicle Steel, which saw a 78% decline week over week. I don't even remember that movie. DC's most recent outings have fared a little better than The Flash. Black Adam and Shazam! Fury of the Gods saw 59% and 69% drops respectively. And it's not exclusively a DC problem. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania ticket sales fell almost 70% after its opening weekend. That said, this doesn't bode particularly well for DC's next big summer release, Blue Beetle, which is slated to hit theaters August 18th. This would all seem like strong evidence of superhero fatigue among moviegoers, if not for the fact that Across the Spider-Verse is also a superhero movie. Maybe this indicates people would rather pay to rewatch a really good superhero movie than roll the dice on one that has had a mixed reception. Speaking of superhero movies, as we tend to do here, Logan director James Mangold has some strong feelings about the news that Hugh Jackman will be donning the iconic claws yet again for Deadpool 3. Speaking to Variety, the director lamented, "I can't say that there's a part of me that doesn't wish that we'd let it be. But there is always going to be another Wolverine. There could be a baby Wolverine and a cartoon Wolverine. As much liquid as they can squeeze out of that rag, they're going to try to. I don't measure my success on a movie like Logan with whether we ended the conversation, I ended my conversation." Deadpool's third solo outing will undoubtedly be a lot more lighthearted and probably way more juvenile than Mangold's somber Academy Award-nominated swan song for the beloved X-Man, so we get it. That said, Mangold was speaking to Variety to promote Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the fifth entry in a movie franchise that debuted 42 years ago, so it seems like that rag is having its share of liquid squeezed out of it too. With all due respect to Harrison Ford, maybe baby Indiana Jones or cartoon Indiana Jones are ideas worth exploring too. At some point, he's probably going to be recast. Speaking of beloved characters being played by new actors, one big question is how Netflix will handle the recasting of Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher Season 4. If you haven't been keeping track, Henry Cavill will pass his wolf medallion and twin swords to Liam Hemsworth following the upcoming Season 3, and rather than try to gloss this over and pretend nothing's different, it sounds like the series will lean into it. Speaking to Yahoo News, producer Tomek Baginski explained, "We have a very, very good plan to introduce our new Geralt and our new vision for Geralt with Liam. Not going deeply into those ideas because this will be a huge spoiler, it's also very, very close to the meta ideas which are deeply embedded in the books, especially in book 5. Aside from being set in a fantasy universe with magic and transfiguration, anyone who's played The Witcher 3 will recall that Ciri winds up with the ability to leap through time and space. Multiverses might be a little played out right now, but in The Witcher's defense, the show is pulling from books released in the late 90s. The first half of Henry Cavill's final season as Geralt will hit Netflix this Thursday, and the second part will follow on July 27th. When we'll see Liam Hemsworth's debut is anyone's guess, as production of Season 4 is currently on hold due to the ongoing writer's strike. We'll keep you posted when we hear more. And that is your entertainment fix for Monday, June 26th. If you haven't yet, go check out our review of My Adventures with Superman, and for all your entertainment and gaming news, make sure you're following and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.